Yeah, interesting to hear about that because I've never bet myself. I'm only a sophomore in high school still. And did you bet under 18, or did you have to like fake sign yourself up as 18 at the time? Is there anything like that?
Oh, well, the app called Fliff, there's a legal loophole where
Okay.
you use Fliff cash instead of real like US dollars to bet. So how it works pretty much is they start you off with like a free dollar, and with that free dollar, as long as you get it above 50 bucks, you can cash it out.
Wow.
And then yeah, so pretty much. And you can even buy Flip Cash as well, but because the Flip Cash isn't US dollars, it's like a fantasy app, so it's like not regulated. So that's pretty much how that worked.
Yeah, that's crazy. The currency. I had no idea. I thought you started off with like some famous app, whatever
Like,
some of the big ones
oh
are.
yeah. Yeah,
But
I do know some people under 18 who they use their parents' social, which I
mhm.
mean I don't really think is like the best idea, but yeah.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I've always kind of just been stuck in the middle, like betting if it's good or bad. I know you can win a lot or you can lose a lot. But, for you, would you say you've had a lot of luck, or is there definitely times you wanted to quit? I mean, there has to have been. There has to still be to this day times you just are like, why am I doing this? Anything like that?
Yeah. I mean that like this past month, I've kind of been on a heater. I went like on a 22-8 run recently, but then like just this past few days, like yesterday, the day before, then I think since Friday, I've been like I lost quite a bit. I've been on a losing streak, but yeah. And like yesterday, I was thinking to myself, why do I keep doing this when I can just be done and be up, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
But
exactly. And I gotta ask, with you betting and everything, is this your source of income, or you got like another job you work, anything like that?
I do have another job I work, but I do make most of my income through sports betting.
Wow. Yeah, that's
So,
that's awesome to hear because like I feel like everyone I've talked to is always losing on it. And do you think it requires a lot of knowledge to be into this? Obviously, you got to know like who's favorite and things, but there's definitely more to it. What are your tips and advice for that?
yeah, so there actually is quite a bit of knowledge you need to know when sports betting. So, I mean, one of the biggest tips that I always have to give out is you have when you sports bet, you'll have like a bankroll, which is like the certain amount of money you'll set aside to bet.
Hmm.
And within that bankroll each day, you'll make like maybe three, four bets max. And there's these things called units, which is like a percentage of your bankroll you'll bet, usually between 1% and 5%. So let's say that my bankroll is like $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Then one unit would be between $1 and $5, pretty much.
Okay.
Or ten and $50, sorry. My math is wrong. But yeah.
No,
So
you're
that's how
good.
much you'd place in your bets pretty much. And a lot of sports betting companies, like a lot of apps, they'll give these little boosts on like a lot bigger parlays, trying to get you guys to bet on parlays. But
Hmm.
they're not really profitable because you have lower odds because a lot more legs have to hit. So how
Yeah.
you profitable is you either only bet straights and you bet two legs, which is a straight bet is just like a single like ticket pretty much.
Hmm.
A two-leg parlay is just like betting on two different things in the same ticket.
Wow, yeah, that's interesting. And thank you. You kind of taught me a lot there because, obviously I'm not into betting or anything like that. So sorry, excuse me, you saying that not you're kind of teaching me as we talk about it here too, but there has to be people that doubt you or tell you to quit, friends, anything like that.
I do have some haters in my comment section. Like sometimes, like there was this one guy. Like every time, like I'd post a loss, he'd be like in there, like hating. But you kind of have to just brush it off and ignore it.
Yeah. And you hiding your face, obviously, is this kind of something you want to do so people don't make fun of you? What goes on with the face mask and stuff?
Oh, the face mask. Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a brand thing and an identity thing. So like with being able to wear a ski mask and ski goggles or like sunglasses every single time, it kind of builds a brand. Like whenever someone's like scrolling and they see the ski mask and the sunglasses, they'll know, oh, it's Fade Me Bets. And then for the identity thing, it's like if I ever do stop in the future, this won't affect any of my future jobs or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a big thing too. I've even posted a few things that are risky kind of for my future that I've had to delete and things like that. But do you think that do people know it's you? Any like people from your school, anyone know it's you?
Yeah, so anybody, my close friends, of course, they know it's me. And if you can recognize my voice, like you'll know it's me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have like a lot of people that are like, I don't know, they know it's me. But then
hmm
like the randoms online, like they don't know. So
Yeah, and I get that's good again too. And speaking of your online presence, when you first reached out to me, I don't know what you were at, like 12K followers, and now you're at almost 17K if I'm correct. How does how does that jump work? How did you jump so fast? I mean, well, if you know what I'm trying to say, just like
yeah, I got you.
how is that growth work? How
I
how do you
think
feel
it
about
was
that?
like when I reached out to you, I don't think I had very many. I think it was like 5,000. But pretty much
Okay,
one
yeah.
of my videos went viral. I got like 1 million views. And that brought in like most of my followers pretty much.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah.
And from there, I have to ask, when you open your Instagram, what does your notification box look like?
Oh, well, do you still get notifications on Instagram? Like, do you still like on your lock screen, you still get notifications?
So no, I turn those off, but when I open the
Okay.
app, like that's when they show up. So
Yeah, okay, so I got you. So like pretty much all I look at nowadays is I just look at the comments. I like to engage with people in my videos.
yeah,
I don't really look at the likes, I don't really look at the follows because like the likes is just like, I don't know. It's just likes. And I think comments like kind of
exactly.
engage you a little bit more because you have real conversations with people. But yeah, when I had like about 2,000 followers, like one of my videos blew up for me back then. I mean, I'd say blow up, but like it really helped my growth. And I was
Yeah.
getting like follow after follow after follow notification on my phone. But then like after it hit like a certain point, like 2,500, like Instagram just turned off sending notifications like to my phone. And like my inbox is
Wow.
just where it goes, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's crazy. Was there what else happened with Instagram just automating that?
Oh, I think when you get over 10,000 followers, you can get brand deals. You can like
Okay.
start promoting stuff. I mean, I don't know if anybody want to sponsor me, but like it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I opened Instagram and it said like you're eligible for brand dealer stuff. Fill out this and this and this, and I just filled it out, and yeah.
Yeah, and that must be a great feeling, like monetization on Instagram. Um, I actually kind of got my first one yesterday, but it was like in person. Someone wanted me to promote their products, but that's besides. Excuse me, man. I'm again sorry, but besides that, actually qualifying for that, do you make money off Instagram besides brand deals, or is it just what type of money are you making off of your social media journey so far?
Okay, so Instagram itself, they don't actually like pay like anybody unless you're like
Yeah.
probably top creator. I mean, I tried starting on TikTok with this, but they banned me for promoting gambling, so I can't get paid
Wow,
there. So
that's
I'm just on Instagram now, and then like until I grow my follower base to like maybe like 30,000, hopefully. I might switch over to YouTube as well. But how I make most of my income is I actually have a website in my bio, and that's where I'll sell my picks pretty much. It's like $3 a month pretty much. It's like fairly cheap price. But I'll just like each morning I'll like look at all the odds pages, look at like do some research and like pick my best bets for like sports betting. And then I'll post like 4 bets on the website pretty much.
yeah. So sorry about that. I was muted,
No, you're good.
but okay. Yeah. So, what question did I? I'm so sorry, man. My audio has been messed up all day. This is not your fault or anything. I don't know what happened. It's like, could you repeat like the last little bit of what you said?
Yeah, okay. So I have like a website in my bio where I sell my picks. It's like 2.99 a month, so it's pretty cheap. And what I do is I'll like scour the webs, I'll scour odds pages, I'll look at like bookies, different bookies, and try to see if I can find like the best line, the best player props for my bets, and then I'll put my bets on my website, and people will pay to pay to see them, and then they'll just copy what I put, pretty much.
Okay, so then that's like your source of income pretty much
Yeah,
for
pretty
this.
much.
And is it like lots of money? You don't, of course, you don't have to disclose, and if you don't want to talk about it, it's completely okay. But you know, would you say you're making solid money off of this, or just kind of a few bucks here and there?
I mean, when it first started, like it was like a solid amount of money because like a lot of my followers that have been wanting to tailor like premium picks. They've been wanting to like follow like my whole slate, so they all signed up. And then like as of recently, my cold streak, it's gonna hurt a little bit, obviously. So it's been like a few bucks here and there. But as of subscribers on the website, I have about over 600.
Okay, yeah. So well, that's like a crazy amount for sure. And do you think it's? I guess I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Do you think that it starts to grow faster as you get bigger? It was kind of more popular in the beginning of your journey.
I think for sure it was really popular in the beginning of the journey, but like as I grow, it's just gonna grow as well. Like if I had like a really good day, if I like sweep, which is like I go perfect, it'll for sure have a dramatic jump. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome to hear about, man. And I want to move over more into your specifically sports and stuff like that. But what's like your favorite sport to bet on?
My favorite sport? Okay, my favorite sport to bet on is basketball and football. I mean, I love basketball. I love playing basketball. I'm a hooper myself, and football is just really fun to watch.
Yeah, me
But if
too.
I had to pick between the two of them, I'd probably say basketball because of the fast-pacedness, the unpredictability and stuff. And there's actually a trick to betting on basketball. It's called, so there's this thing called arbitrage betting where you'll bet on like one team when they're down by like a lot of points. And then because in basketball games, there's like obviously that each team goes and runs, so like the lead will switch often. And when you bet on like a team that's down by a lot, you'll have like a greater payout. So then when that team is up, you'll just bet on the other team that's down, and you'll have like you like both bets. Like you'll lose one and you'll win one, but the profit from the one you win will cover your losses, so you'll actually make profit. And that's called arbitrage betting, but you can't do that on the same book because they'll ban you. So what you got
Okay.
to do is you got to do it on different like bookies, pretty much.
Yeah, you're like I know I'm interviewing you, but you like this you're teaching me a lot right now. So, you're very knowledgeable with all this. I gotta ask, is anyone in your family coming to you for advice when it comes to sports betting?
I mean, my family personally, they don't like to gamble, they don't sports bet, so no. I mean, actually, I did have an uncle. He's like not really an uncle, but he's like kind of an uncle, if you feel me. He was
Yeah.
asking me for some tips on like the college football playoffs earlier this year, so I gave him some. But yeah.
And do they like follow your social media and everything and do they support it? How do you see your family feel about this?
Yeah, a lot of them supports it. My brother for sure, he loves it. And
Same
yeah.
with mine. But were you gonna say something? Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off there.
Oh, oh yeah, I do have like a couple things to add. In sports betting, so like it's kind of like a shady business, like, So like even like so they always want you to lose. And even when
Yes,
you do
exactly.
win, like let's say you're a profitable sports bettor, you make a lot of money, they'll either limit you or they'll ban you. So first off, you know what banning is, like you can't bet on their site anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
for limiting, how it works pretty much is they'll limit you to like $25 a parlay or like $5 a day on like a straight bet. So like you can't really even make any profit on that anymore, which is kind of sad. But
yeah.
their whole business model, which like needs to be talked about, is they pull in as many users as they can, they keep the losers, and they kick out the winners.
Yeah, very, very interesting. I guess they know what they're doing. They I think a lot of betting apps care about money for sure. So yeah, excuse me again. But getting into her last few questions, just what's piece of advice you have for anyone about sports betting?
Um, my biggest piece of advice is don't rage bet. So if you lose, like if you're on like a losing day, don't put in another ticket because you're probably just gonna bet up. emotion and lose even more. Like just take your losses, keep your head up, and move on to the next day.
Perfect. I love that advice. You know, keeping your head up high, everything like that. And what what do you think is the biggest reason people give up when it comes to sports betting? And obviously, it may be because they lose a lot of money, but is there anything else?
Yeah, losing a lot of money obviously is one thing, and parlays are killers. Like a lot of sports betting companies will advertise like people winning huge parlays. Like, have you seen the one guy that he had the Thunder? He had like this huge parlay, and like part of it was like Eagles winning the Super Bowl, the Thunder winning the championship, and like the Oilers winning the Stanley Cup. And he
I
had like,
I
you see
probably
that?
have seen. Yeah,
He put like $7 down or something, and his cash out, like there's an early cash out sometimes where you can cash out before the rest of your bets hit. His early cash out was at like $200,000 or something.
that's
And yeah,
crazy.
they kept advertising that on Instagram. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
they try to advertise parlays a lot. Don't do parlays. If you do a parlay, it has to only be two legs. But yeah, parlays are what pretty much drains the bank for a lot of sports bettors.
yeah, exactly. And if I ever get into it, you know, I'll keep your word for sure on it and everything because you're kind of the well, you're the only better I've interviewed. So this kind of something special for me too if I ever get into it. But one last question for you is will there ever be a face reveal for Fathom Bets? Because I want to see it myself. I know a lot of people do too.
Um, I mean, if we get big enough, we'll see about it. So like, I don't know. Like I'm not like totally against it. Like I'll put that out there.
Yeah, you should, man. I mean, you know, it's your business. I'm not, you know, no one's forcing you to, obviously, but I'm very curious to see because you live, you know where Northville is?
It's like, is that like, it's, is it, is that Michigan, right?
Yes, you're in
Yeah.
Michigan, I think.
I live in Michigan, yeah.
Okay.
Is it
You
like
don't have
near
to tell me.
Detroit area?
Yeah, it's a very like wealthy city, so it's not like in
Okay.
Detroit or anything like that. But I know you said you lived in the area, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, I don't know if I've seen this guy before. But if you ever see me, man, you know, you don't have to come up to me because then that would like give you away. But I'd love to meet you in person. So
All right, yeah. If I ever
yeah,
see
for
you,
sure.
I'll
But
for sure
man,
introduce himself.
yes, thank you so much for joining me. I know it's a shorter one, and I'm very sorry about my cough. You know, this is just, it's my fault, the audio, everything like that. But I promise you I'll edit it all out. So thank you so much for joining me today. And do you mind if I post like clips and things like that?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
All right, all good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man.
Yes, have a